Diaan Lawrenson. I'm the CEO of AFDA, and welcome to AFDA's podcast, the home of the creative economy. Pabi, introduce yourself.
I didn't expect that. So good morning. I am Paballo Jam Jam, spelled with an A, pronounced with a U. That's my surname. I am just a girl.
You're
I'm
just a girl.
trying to figure it out, and fortunately enough, I am here figuring it out at the home of the creative economy.
I see how you work that in. I like it. And you are a senior tutor
Yes, I am.
in BCom
Yes, I am.
at AFDA.
Yes, ma'am.
What does being a senior tutor entail?
It entails admin.
Sorry.
Admin. But apart from that, student relationship, that middleman, the bridging between the students and the colleagues. You're essentially that glue between the two. You're the middleman. That's essentially what it is.
Between the students and the learning staff?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And tell me, to be a senior tutor at AFDA, you have to study at AFDA, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You studied BCom.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you study the PGDI?
Yes, ma'am.
I love the BCom degree at AFDA. Can you tell me what was your favorite part?
My favorite part was everything. I know that's biased, but it was everything. Okay, more so the critical thinking.
Yes.
We have brains, right? But sometimes we don't exercise it to the fullest.
I think you must explain what critical thinking is. What does it entail?
So I think this has a bit of a backstory. Every time you come from high school, the first thing you think about is, okay, university, the top universities. I'm going to study so that I can get the degree. But you end up sitting at home, not knowing what to do and so forth. Whereas coming to AFDA, you're in a position where you constantly have to think. You have to open your mind to new ideas. You have to constantly change. There's no opportunity for comfortability. You can't be comfortable. So critical thinking requires you to think outside of that box. It requires you to, when you look at that circle, you need to look at the little circles, the little particles within that circle. You need to look at how this shape can turn into a triangle somehow. And it's possible. So that's essentially what critical thinking is, to put it in layman's terms. So that was my favorite part. I'm constantly renewed. My mind is constantly renewed, transformed.
Yeah.
I cannot be comfortable and I cannot stay confined.
Yeah. Stephen, who runs BCom in Cape Town, always says the students in the BCom have to learn how to fail fast. And I love when he says that, because I believe that is the magic of the program.
True.
Is that you go through the cycle of creating, of ideating, of creating a business idea, and then also being able to see if it's going to work or not.
True.
And the trick or the magic of our after BCom degree is really for our students to go through that cycle enough to be able to learn how to fail and how to fail faster. Did you experience that as a BCom student?
I did. And in failing faster, my LCC then in undergrad, SK, he told us that fail forward. Because you can fail fast, but be stagnant. But if you fail forward, you keep on going.
I love that.
Because you stand up, you keep on going. Failing is the inevitable. We actually realized that the issue isn't failing. The issue is, what are people going to say? And because we're in after BCom, we're critically thinking. There's no room for what are people going to say. It's the people who aren't doing anything. We keep going. We're failing forward. We're moving. We need to stay in motion. That's the biggest thing for us.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I always feel like, when you have a plan, even for me, having a plan for after, we can't wait until that idea, until the concept, until the project is perfect.
True.
We just have to take those little steps forward to ensure we're moving, as you say. Check it out, reassess, and I'm sure that's what the BCom also teaches you, is how to keep moving forward with your idea, and with the critical thinking, ensure that you can reassess and reflect on your idea quick enough so that you can change as you go. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. That is very true. And the creativity on top of that. Because every time people think of BCom, I thought BCom meant that suits, ties, just come up with a business idea and it's done. But the innovation, I think it's a skill. Innovation is a skill you continuously exercise. You don't just come up with it. So the process that AFDA goes about it, I think, is 10 out of 10. Business is literally creativity in a suit, and we know that through innovation. That's what it is.
I mean, I suppose that's the question people often ask me is, why a BCom at a film school? Why would we do a BCom degree? And I think you've hit the nail on the head. It is creativity and innovation. It's to ensure that when you walk out of here, you can come up with ideas, that your creativity is really instilled in how you look at business opportunities.
True. That is very true.
Tell me, how did you move on from the BCom?
So from BCom undergrad, I went into PGDI. And PGDI, so to highlight the contrast between the two, BCom gives you the tools, the foundation. You need a foundation for whatever you're going to build on top. It teaches you the future casting, opens your mind and so forth, so that you see different avenues, different ways of doing things, different industries. And then PGDI allows you to explore more of yourself within this industry, as well as how can you incorporate yourself into whatever innovation you're going to come up with. That's the beauty about PGDI. I love that so much because we were cared for, and it seems like chasing business or wanting to pursue business, it is separate. It's made seem separate from you as the person. But with PGDI, I got to understand that, hey, man, I'm not separate from my business. In fact, my business represents me.
Yes.
So to have those tools and to have that care for me, that was the pivotal point of my life in general. Because I was like, oh, wow,
love that.
You guys really care about us. Like, I feel cared for, and that way I can innovate better. I can be a better businesswoman. That's essentially how I feel.
But it's also true that in BCom, although you're doing some traditional BCom subjects and some not, at AFDA what we're doing is we're telling stories. Whether you in motion picture live performance, BCom, it is so beautiful when you say you're not outside of your business, you're part of it, because that's the story, right?
It is.
The minute you connect to what you're telling in a business idea, the better your business idea is going to.
That is so true.
Tell me, in terms of the business degrees, disciplines, what did you do?
Decision science, which was so amazing. It blows my mind.
What is decision science?
So decision science essentially is a system of thinking, future casting. How do you, when you come up with a business idea or any innovation, what does it look like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now? And you get to work with so many technologies. There's so many things. And what are the things that impact a business? So environmental, political, all those things. You get to look at all of those aspects and future cost on top of that. So it's really cool because it shows you that there's so much. There's so much out there. So yeah, that's essentially what we learn. And then in semester 2, we retrocast, where we bring it back to 2025. So that's also another cool thing.
Great. Did you do marketing, UX design?
I did marketing and sales, as well as business strategy. Marketing and sales, the branding, customer persona, the whole design and make of the business, how it looks, the aesthetics, and then strategy, the plan, the operation, execution. That's what I did. And I majored in marketing and sales. Yes, ma'am.
Now skipping forward, you finished your postgrad diploma, you became a tutor. The magic for me in the tutor program is that you're quite close to the students. Do you, not just in age, but in thinking, right? That's important. What do you enjoy about being a tutor at AFDA?
I enjoy getting to teach the students what I wish I learned at that time. So every mistake that I made, I get to teach them.
Yes.
And I enjoy the full circle, because When we used to get feedback, no, this business idea, these are the gaps and whatnot, we take it personal sometimes and be like, okay, but we did everything, we went through it, all of those things. And being on the other side, now I get to see those gaps, and I'm fortunate enough to have that. So to also do that for the students and making life easier for them. So everything that we didn't have, they get to have it through me. For me, that is
Do you
priceless.
feel like the tutor program has allowed you to grow
I do.
as a person, someone going into business, perhaps?
I do. Again, going back to the part where I was fortunate enough to have the full circle. I went undergrad, postgrad, plus a tutor. So I get to see all aspects, I get to see all perspectives, and I get to learn. The learning staff, my colleagues, they are the best. Not only were they the best teachers, but they are the best mentors. They are one of the greatest people I've ever been around. It's so beautiful to see that people are giving all of themselves to enhancing the home of the creative economy through BCom. They give all of themselves, and they have businesses on the side. They are so smart. I look at Mr. Big Mabena. He is a scientist. We have the smartest people. Bapile, he is running with his logistics company. I look at Debbie M Creations. Not only is she a boss of the boss, I thought I was a good leader until I saw her. And then I understood that to be a good leader, you need to be a good follower. Because I've seen her under the dean, how she interacted with the dean.
Yes.
And now she became vice dean. What better way? On top of that, I've seen how she has embodied being a powerhouse with her femininity. She didn't become a man to be a powerhouse. She embodied it in her femininity, in her elegance, her beauty. That for me is top tier, and just learning from that. I have Buzuko. She is into the tech. She's a tech guru. She's going into the tech guru space. And then we have SK, who's going into his tech side. He's even flourishing on his own. So for me, that's aspirational, and I understand the beauty in learning before I do my own thing.
Yeah, I think that's one of the real bonuses of coming to AFDA is that you learn from people who practice and practice continually, and we, as much as we can, of course, because we want to put our students first, but we encourage the practice of what we teach. And I think, tell me if I'm wrong, that it resonates with the students when they see that their lecturers are actually trying to practice what they're teaching, and it brings it home in a very meaningful way for our students.
I agree. I was sharing earlier on that I feel like I got the full AFDA experience. Not because I'm the smartest, but because I understand it. I understand what's happening right now. We are the change. And the thing is, people are scared of change, but change is the only constant thing. So we are the change, and we're moving with the change. And that's exactly what happened in BCom. I would have never thought I'd be in this position. Started my undergrad, graduated top of my class, did my postgrad, graduated top of my class, and now I get to be in this position, witnessing all these great people, as well as sitting right across you, the CEO. It's a blessing. I'm blessed. I'm honored. I got the full AFDA experience.
That's lovely. It's been really nice to speak to you. One last thing I want to know is, taking your experience here as a student, as a tutor, as a senior tutor,
Yes, ma'am.
Lekker, where do you see yourself going? Where would you, if you had to imagine, because you have got your whole career in front of you, and I somewhat get emotional when I think about it. Like, I love seeing our alumni fly. I love seeing even my generation, because I myself am alumni.
Wow.
I love seeing our alumni doing really, really well in their industries of choice. Where do you see yourself?
Based on the AFDA experience, I can't even box myself specifically. I have been taught to be so agile, innovative, that wherever you place me, I will be valuable. I'll ensure that I am valuable. The biggest thing for me that should stay constant is the hunger for growth and learning. That's the biggest thing for me.
Yes.
I don't have a specific destination, but in terms of the journey, I want to stay learning. But wherever you put me, I just know that I'm going to flourish because of the tools and the foundation that I have.
Well done. Great answers. It was lovely speaking to you.
Thank you.
I feel inspired.